Here is the day 3 SAT prep question. This is a question from a previous SAT test. Biologists found a new species of shrimp at the world's deepest undersea vent. The vent is 3.1 miles below the sea's surface. Approximately how many kilometers below the sea's surface is the vent? And in parentheses, we're given a conversion factor. This question has a lot of unnecessary information. We don't care that it was biologists that found this. We don't care that this was shrimp. What we really only care about is changing the distance 3.1 miles into a distance in kilometers. So this is a conversion problem like we learned in chemistry class. Start by writing down the given quantity, including its label, miles. Then multiply by a fraction that changes from kilometers into miles. If we want to change into kilometers, we want that to be in top, the unit we're changing from, miles in the bottom. This fact in the parentheses gives us the numbers we need. 1 kilometer is the same thing as 0.6214 miles. The reason we set it up like this is so that these labels cross out and the label km remains. You can see that on a calculator, you would go 3.1 and then divide by 0.6214. The result is 4.98 kilometers. So we can see that the answer is choice D. Now, this question might be on the part of the SAT test that is the math with no calculator allowed. So in that case, you need to make a decision. Do you want to use this approach right here that you've learned in chemistry and try to divide by hand by the decimal 0.6214? That would be very hard to do with long division. But if you do some estimating, some rounding, you can simplify these numbers to similar numbers that you would then have an easier time dividing. For example, 3.1 miles is really close to just 3 miles. And in our fraction, we could think of it as 1 kilometer on top, and in the bottom, round this to 0.6 miles. This would be a lot easier to divide. You could do this with long division if you wanted. 0.6 divides into 3. To divide by a decimal, the technique is to move the decimal over to create the whole number 6. If you also move the decimal over and fill in a 0, creating the number 30. You can think of 0.6 divided into 3 as 6 divided into 30. And you'll get the answer 5.